Welcome to Starting Your Journey, the Essentials of Personal Development. I'm Charles, your host, and I'll be presenting this podcast on my own. So I'm excited to kick off this adventure with you. So in this first episode, we'll explore the fundamentals of personal development and, of course, what it's all about and why does it matter. So I'll be using ChatGPT to generate some questions and guide our discussion. And we'll talk about our strengths, how to set goals, what are good habits, how to overcome challenges. And so if you're looking to grow your skills, improve your mindsets, or just get better at investing your time, I got your back. So this podcast is here to help you take action and make real changes in your life. So grab a notebook, get comfy, get a coffee, and let's dive into the fundamentals of personal development together. Remember, every big journey starts with a single step, and today you're taking that step. So thank you for joining me, and let's get started. So what is personal development, and why is it important? Personal development is developing yourself personally. So that's all it is. It's taking some time to improve yourself on a personal level. And why is it important? Because there is only one character, one actor, one director, whatever you want to call it, in your life, and that's you. You're like the main thing. It's your life, and in your life, there is like an important word there, which is you. So if you do not improve yourself, it's like math, your life. If the your improve, life will improve. If you stay the same, life will stay the same. So, if you are on a job and you're improving skills that you need on your job, example, you're doing a job where you need to sell something, which is basically everything, because when convincing people is a great part of what we're doing, and especially convincing ourselves. But if you say, okay, I want to improve my selling, and what you're going to do is you're going to work hard on your selling. So asking question, listening, asking typical specific question at some times to make the person you're talking to feel a certain way, and then guide this person to, okay, now you have this problem, and now I'm going to show you how to fix it. And if you wanted to fix it, it's going to cost you that much. That's basically selling. And you work hard on the selling, and then what happens is you go out there and maybe you get some short-term results, but at the end of the day, you just go back to who you were. So you worked hard on your skill of selling, but you didn't work hard on yourself. And if you don't see yourself as a great seller, no matter how much time you're going to invest on improving the skill of selling, it's not going to be effective. It might be on a short level because you're going to get more confidence. You're going to identify yourself with a bit more confident. But that's it. That the confidence will fall back because you didn't truly see yourself as a great seller. You just see yourself as an average seller. So you need to have average results because it has to match. So yeah, this is why personal development is so important. You have to develop yourself personally. So basically develop your self-image that you have of yourself, not what other people have, but what you have of yourself. And then the results will follow really naturally. So now you're probably asking yourself, how did you get in personal development? And I'm not going to do the whole story, but basically when I was 11, I had a rather easy life, and people around me were not having that easy life. And so I made a promise to myself when I was 11. I said, I'm going to look, to find the key that solves every problem. Like what the kids would say, like, yeah, one day I'll be an astronaut, or some crazy dreams. And I think that's the promise. Because I made this promise to myself, I naturally was looking for that key. And something that always came back was personal development. And that's basically how I got into that, step by step, having some interest, meeting some people, and the subconscious made a thing. I planted that seed when I was 11, and then I got the fruit a few years back. So yeah, this is how I got interested in personal development. And the moment I started to develop myself, I had better relationships, especially with women, and then I had a better job, and then everything fall into places for me, especially on the logical level. And then today is I still develop myself personally, because the emotional level is the interesting part and is the fun part, once you actually got the logical stuff out of the way. So, what are some common myths about personal development? Well, it's a skill like any other skill, like selling, like swimming, like it's not taken really seriously, because unfortunately, people use personal development to sell a lot of things, and a lot of people talk about personal development, but they don't really seem to understand what it really means. So yeah, we have unfortunately, in personal development, there's a lot of people who don't know what they're talking about, and that affects the image. Let me close that real quick, because I get notifications of Steam, and now it's better. So the common myths about myths, I don't know how to say that exactly, about personal development. I would say, that's not for everyone. There is also like some things that they would say, yeah, there is a lot of gurus stuff, like gurus are bad. What are gurus is basically people, I don't actually know exactly what a guru is, but there is also always that slight thing of scam, because you're not selling anything. You're inspiring people by practicing personal development yourself, and especially personal development is about emotional control. That's it. Everyone who's trying to convince you that personal development is something else than this, it comes all about the fundamental work of personal development is controlling your ideas and feelings. That's it. And why is that? Because your feelings reflect your results in the physical world, and your feeling is the language to the subconscious mind. Everyone knows at this day and age what the subconscious mind is. It's the thing that makes you breathe, that makes your whole body run, and that when you feel really sad and you say, yeah, I'm happy, everyone knows you're sad, because your subconscious cannot lie. Maybe with the words you pretended to, but everyone gets it. Maybe not consciously, but everyone got the information, like, okay, he said he's happy, but he's sad. That's the subconscious mind working. That's the non-verbal communication. And so the subconscious is the cause of all your actions or inactions. Not doing anything is an action is in itself, and the next step after action is results. So the moment you understand how the subconscious works, then you control your actions. And how it works, it's really easy. It's the subconscious mind only understands feeling. So however you feel, that's what you're going to get. That will be the cause. You have to see it. Every mood that you feel is like a seed. That you plant in your fertile soil, basically in your subconscious mind, and then your subconscious mind will express that seed, and you will get the fruits from that seed. So good, bad, or indifferent, doesn't really matter. And that's all what personal development is about, basically. So now the question is, how can someone begin the journey of self-discovery? And I would say the easiest way to do this is to take a time out, what people call meditation or prayer, which is basically go to a place where there is not too much distraction. If you're trying to discover who you are in the middle of a rave festival, it might be a bit more difficult to tune into yourself and ask yourself this powerful question: how do I truly feel right now? And some people might be able to do it there. Everyone's is unique, and that makes our world so beautiful. But at the end of the day, it's how you feel. So if you want to begin the journey of self-discovery, ask yourself, how do I truly feel? And do not reject if it's bad. If you're like, oh yeah, I'm depressed, or yeah, I'm suicidal. Accept this idea. Accept how you feel. Because it's only when you accept it that you create some space and that you can, grow and put another idea there. Like, for example, I used to be depressed, like everyone in their life. A lot of people in their life at some point had a bad period of a few months, sometimes years, and then you're getting depressed because, that's what happens when you spend hours and weeks and months into a bad emotional state. And so, let's imagine I'm depressed right now. At the moment, I say, okay, I'm pretty depressed. I feel pretty bad. Let's accept that. I accept that I'm depressed, and that relieves your shoulder a little bit. Like when you accept something, it's like, okay, I can let it go. And I understand that it's scary in the beginning because you say, yeah, but if I accept it, it will surely come true. And if you're depressed, it's already true. So, accepting it is what is going to come true is the mood that follows the acceptance. And what follows acceptance is most of the time really good. It's a blessing. It's like, yes. So when you're feeling good, you will get more good in your life. So this is why acceptance is really important. By not accepting and by keeping this mood of being depressed or being suicidal, then you get more depressed and you get more signs that you are suicidal. So you increase the chance of actually going to the end and keeping being depressed and keeping being suicidal until it's too late. So this is why acceptance is really important if you want to discover yourself. I mean, if you want to discover yourself, it's more asking yourself, how do I truly feel? And being honest with yourself. It's not, you're not doing this for someone else, so you have no reason to lie. Yes, sometimes we lie. If someone says, yeah, do you find me fat? And you're like, okay, this is my best friend or this is my girlfriend. I can just not say it. Yes, I think you're fat. Even though you should. Because, everyone is asking to his surroundings, yeah, please be honest with me. Until you're honest. And then you're like, oh, no, you're being a dick. Or like, no, you asked me to be honest. I'm just being honest. But, we lie sometimes. Sometimes I cannot get myself to tell the truth to someone. But here it's different because it's you. It's only you with you. There is only one person. Why would you even spend time lying to yourself? There is nothing, like not going to the bottom of things. So yeah, ask yourself this question. How do I feel right now? And then it will give you the idea of who you truly are. So once you do this, you will identify the current mood. So if you don't like this mood, then you have to ask yourself, what is a mood I would like? And if you don't know yet, ask yourself, how would it feel to have the mood I want? Like ask simple questions in the beginning. Simple questions. But to be aware, I would recommend to start meditating a little bit. And don't go for like, yeah, I'm gonna do 8 hours meditation. No, just go for 10 minutes. That's good. 10 minutes is fine. You just sit in a place where you don't have too much distractions. I like to put some nature sounds, some little music, some peaceful thing, and then I take a break. If I'm a bit stressed, I do a Wim Hof meditation. A Wim Hof breathing technique. I just raise my my blood and my breathing high. So it's basically 30 in and out breath. And then you hold your breath for a minute or minute and a half or 2 minutes, depending on what you can do. you fully exhale, you hold your breath for a minute and a half, and then you fully inhale for 15 seconds, and then you can do this again. I do it only once because for me it's enough for me to relax completely. And then you just ask yourself the question. You just be aware on, okay, how do I feel right now? On a scale from 0 to 10, where are we at right now? Are we 0? Are we pissed? Are we depressed? What is it? And once you have, okay, like, we're at 4. Okay, 4 is not that good. Okay, so we are 4. I accept this. I accept that for now my mood is a 4 on 10. I feel lazy, I feel sad because this happened, and I'm pretty frustrated. I'm scared because this happened. A lot of reasons. And then, okay. Now, how would I feel if all the problems I had were gone? I'll just use my imagination like a kid and say, okay, now imagine everything is vanished like a magical wand. Pew! How would I feel? Like, okay, yeah. I mean, and now it's going up. 7, 8, 9. No problems at all. Like nothing. Like perfection. Yes. Oh yeah, 10. I mean, yeah, perfection is 10. And you just go and look for it. How would it feel to have a perfect life? It doesn't mean that you're going to get it. It's an exercise. So relax, like there is no teacher who's going to say, hey, you can't do that, bro. No, you can't feel so good. No one is going to stop you, It's just you and yourself, your imagination. And you ask yourself, how would I feel if I already was who I want to be, even though you don't know yet who you want to be, Sometimes we just don't know yet who we want to be. And yeah. And then you'll realize, like, oh shit, I am greater than my emotions. I am greater than my thinking. And who you truly are, you are the one that observes all these things. And now it's your job to stay conscious of this. And yes, you'll need some focus. Yeah, you'll need some focus. So, I'll start. I'm starting to go into a new area here. Who you want to be, goal settings. And why is goal setting crucial in personal development? And why is goal setting crucial in life in general? When a captain of a boat goes from one point to another, he needs the fucking destination of the B point. If he doesn't know where the fuck he's going, he may have the best boat in the world, he may have the best crew in the world, but if he doesn't know where he needs to go, how the fuck he's going to get anywhere? He should just stay in place. And once you know where you're going, that's the most important thing, because then you know where you're going. And this is why goal settings are so important. Why everyone talks about set your goals, put down on a paper. Yeah, but I'm not a kid. I don't need to put it on a paper. I'm a grown up. I put it in my mind, and then you say, yeah, so what's your goal? Well, so my goals are basically, I'm not completely finished with my goals, but I think that in a few years, I would love to maybe have that. Yeah, they don't have goals. They just don't. They pretend they have goals, but they truly don't have goals. And don't set goals to explain to others that you have goals. Set goals for you. If you ask someone, hey, bro, do you have goals? And his answer is yes. This guy has goals. You don't have to share goals with anyone if you're not, if you don't want to. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. So having goals is important. And now the goal is, so what should my goals look like? Should I do only short-term goals first, medium term, long term? In my experience, if it's the first time you're in personal development, I would recommend you to have some small goals to just check the power of personal development, of what we call the law of assumption. So what is this? It's from Neville Goddard. This is, by the way, my biggest mentor. Basically, if you want to check on, okay, how does goal setting work? So let's take an example. Let's take a really short-term goal. I've got to actually want a short-term goal. I would like to have a cat. I don't have a cat right now, but I would really love to have a cat. So what I'm doing right now is when I go to bed, I'm imagining that I'm going to bed with the cat next to me, and he's doing his I don't know how you call this in English, but he's just sleeping with me, and I imagine how I would feel, and I ask myself, how would I feel if right now I've got a cat, and then I stay faithful to this feeling. I'm not going to be frustrated like, oh yeah, but bro, I don't have a cat yet. And like, oh yeah, but I really want a cat. No, I don't want a cat because I have the cat in my imagination. And I did this 2 days ago. And the next day, a friend of mine came and said, oh my God, we have a small cat who came randomly at a work, and it's a female. She's really cute, and she's probably horny because it's a bird, but whatever. She's really looking for attention, and she's giving a lot of love to everyone. And she said, no one is came to get her or something. So it appears that she doesn't have anyone to take care of her, and. This is a confirmation. She was basically saying, I know you want a cat because, I told her, oh yeah, I would really love to have a cat. And yeah, next day that popped. It doesn't mean that this is going to be my cat, but this is a confirmation that, I planted a seed and I already have some external things that are coming the way. And we're talking about cats. And for months I didn't talk about any cats, and I didn't see anyone. Yes, sometimes people show their cats because I already had cats. So, but it's different to you had a cat and you want to get one, to have one in your life. So I would recommend you guys to the first thing in personal development, take some short time easy goals. For example, you're going to the supermarket with your car and you're like, okay, this time you say to yourself, how would I feel if I would just come to the supermarket and the perfect spot will be free for me. I will just arrive. I know there is a lot of people at that time usually, but I will arrive and there will be a place right there. I just will come with my car and supernaturally everyone's looking for a spot, but mine, it will be right open there. How would you feel if that would happen? It would not be an ecstatic feeling like, oh my God, I'm enlightened, I saw God. No, it's like, it would be like, oh wow, that's fucking nice. That's dope, that's cool, that's easy. Okay, next. It's a small victory. But then, your reaction to this should be, yeah, pure luck or like random chance. Nothing to do with the exercise I did. Yes, I did the exercise because I'm interested in personal development now and I will grow myself. But it just happened by accident. The next time I will do it, probably it won't work. And because of this doubt, you will do it next time, but with doubt, and then it won't work. Because what are you feeling? Doubts. So obviously, you will get more results of doubts, of questioning, like, oof. So, I would recommend first, guys, do it with some small goals to get a feeling like, okay, I see how it works. And then your next step, you go for end goals, dream goals, nearly impossible goals. Like your dream life. Dream life. Perfect physique, perfect health, perfect partner, perfect relationship with your family, even though your relationship with family is a garbage right now. Possibly. Even though I only have one person left in my family, which is my dad. And and I still imagine having a perfect family because I know I can make one also, having perfect relationship with my dad. Imagine having all the money that you ever wanted. Put a number on it. What would it be if you have if you could choose one salary for your life? What would it be? Boom, you choose this one as a goal. And then same for your job. What would be your dream job? What would you do all day, every day for the community? What would you do because you just love doing it? You wouldn't even do it for money, just you would do it because you love it. That should be your goals. So now A tough thing with those things is that it's slower. And if you don't have mental toughness, because results are not coming instantly, because those goals are huge compared to your self-image that you have now, and you have, you will have a lot of repetition and faith that you will need a lot of repetition and faith for you to actually achieve those goals in the physical world. This can be a challenge, but still I would recommend you guys to do it that way. Because if you have to plant a seed, you gotta plant the best fucking seed you have. Even though if this seed, takes a fucking long time to pop out, to get you the good fruits. I would be patient. So set the goals like this. Goals should be dreams. And people who says no, because those are people who are scared. They are scared because their dreams for them is that far that maybe they don't have dreams. This is why they don't tell you. They tell you, yeah, don't dream, bro. Just set goals, like easy goals, professional goals, like realistic goals, logical goals. I mean, there is nothing logical in the world we live, bro. Nothing. We live on a fucking ball in the middle of fucking nowhere, speeding through space, empty fucking space like this. Like, there is nothing logical to our universe, to where we live. So why should we spend time being logical? You should set goals like you would set them as a kid, not a 16-year-old. No, a 6-year-old. Then you're setting good goals. Then you wake up in the morning and you feel excited. You feel like, oh my God, this is going to be an amazing day because today I will allow myself to be the person I dream to be. Even though you're working at McDonald's, it feels better, bro. And you probably quit McDonald's really soon after that if that's not your goal. So this is how you set goals. Now, setting goals is not enough because, what you got to do about it. So now, what are the habits? What are the routines of personal development? Now we're getting into the work. I don't like to call it work because that's not really work, but let's call it work. Especially for the logical people around there say, yeah, but you got to work hard to get... Shut the fuck up. That's not true. But let's call it work. So what are the roles, the habits, and the routine? So the most important habits in personal development happens when you either do meditation or when you go to sleep. So for now, I will not go too much in detail on why it's like this. We could do a new podcast, on explaining why those habits and why those routines, like explaining why does the car move that way. No, today we're going to learn to drive the car. That's the pedal, that's the clutch, that's the steering wheel. Those are the the security. You have the everything. And when you press on this, it moves forward. That's the only thing you need to know. Now, why does it move forward? We can come to that, but that's not the most important thing. Everyone drives in a fucking car, and none of those people know how the car actually works. They just know, oh, I press this button, the car moves forward. Ta-da! Same here. Same thing. So the personal development is all about emotional control, thought control and emotional control. And especially in meditation, what we also call prayer, which is exactly the same thing, and right before to sleep. The most important part is right before to sleep. And what's the habit? The habit is easy. When you go to sleep, your job is to go to sleep as the person who you dream to be. And how? By feeling how it would feel if you already were this person. Not like thinking about it. No, it's done, it's finished. Thinking from it, it's done. You accomplished your goal. Because why? Because you already are the person who you want to be. And your refusal to believe that is the reason you cannot see it. The moment you understand that there is nothing else on the outside that can help you to allow yourself, or not help you, but that can change yourself, to be who you want to be. People go, and why do people train in sports to get better? It's because when they train, they allow themselves to say, "Ooh, now I'm a little bit better because I trained." Then they change their self-image. If someone would train, and from a little child, we will explain to him that the more you train, the worse you get. This guy could train hours and hours and hours, and his self-image would be terrible. So he wouldn't accomplish anything, even though he could, because he would have the perfect physique, the perfect health to do so. But he would not do it because he wouldn't even believe he could do it, because his self-image does not match, does not it doesn't support the program. So for example, if I want to run a race against other people, and my self-image is that I can run, I will not even start the race. I will not even put myself into the I will not fill in the inscription form to go there, because I just don't believe in myself. But if I'm really bad at running, and I believe truly in myself, oh yeah, I can beat them, I'm truly a great runner, I'll be on the line. I'll maybe lose because of my physical attributes, but I'll run the race, and I might even beat someone who should win on a physical level. But because I have the heart and the spirits, I will go all out. So this is why emotional control is important, because how you feel is actually a reflection of what you think about yourself. And with repetition, you can change this easily. And of course, by decision, you can just decide, okay, from now on, I don't see myself anymore as a victim. I see myself as who whatever the fuck you want to see yourself as a winner, as a warrior, as a, you can choose. You can be anything that your imagination allow yourself to be. So the first habit, when you go to sleep and you know who you want to be, you ask yourself, how would I feel if I already was this person? And you accept this feeling of accomplishment. You accept this nice feeling that comes with it. And you fall into sleep with the feeling. That's the first habit. Really important. And it's nice because you can do it tonight, You just can start, right? The trick part is, don't do it with effort. Don't force it. Just allow it naturally. Because if you force it, you won't be able to sleep. Because you get so excited. Like, oh my God, I feel like I'm the person I want to be. And then you're like, yeah, you're never going to sleep, bro. It's like on your cocaine or something. So this is why it's important to do it without effort. To ask yourself, okay, truly or naturally, how would I feel right now? I'm going to go to sleep. How would I feel if I already was the person I dreamed to be? And just accept the feeling. Like, okay, yeah, pretty nice. All right. Have a good night. And just fall asleep with this feeling. Now, the second thing is, basically you do the same thing in prayer or meditation. Meditation is basically faking to your body you're going to sleep. You're just, going into a stance. Some people like to sit, other people like to lie down. I'm team lying down because it's easier for me. And you fake your body like, yeah, we're going to sleep. Yeah. And then once your body is like fully locked in to go to sleep, like you have this you could move at any moment, but you don't have any desire to move. That's the moment. And then exactly the same thing. Consciously, okay, now it's time that we imagine ourselves how it would feel. Feeling is important here. How it would feel to be the person we want to be. And you take that time to feel the feeling of how it would be to be the person you want to be, to have all your goals, to have the perfect health, perfect body, to have the perfect relationships, perfect material stuff, money, house, cars, whatever, perfect passions, all your activities, things you do. That's what you do. Those are only 2 habits that you have to do. And then during the day, keep your awareness on the feeling. And be careful on your reactions, because your reactions are the planting of seeds in your subconscious mind. When something comes up and you're like, yeah, fuck that shit. Up, you just planted a seed. And that's okay, because you can plant another better seed just afterwards. Like, okay, relax. How would I feel if this problem wasn't even here, And then you go back to a nice mood, to a nice feeling. And that's all, that's all it is about. People will say, yeah, but, we focus our attention on our feeling. Okay, I got it. But what about actions? What action do I need to take? And this is incredible. Why we think that we control action? Because we do not. When we stand up, when do we think about action? Oh yeah, now I have to think about what muscle I have to move to get up. No. We just tell our minds, oh yeah, I'm standing up. Even though we're sitting down. And then we start to stand up. We actually, before we stood up, we imagined standing up. And through feeling, we gave it to the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind expresses that idea. Say, oh shit, we got an idea of standing up. Okay, let's go, boys. We stand up. Hold the body. The body stands up. We do not control action. You thinking that you control action is because you actually forgot what you planted in your subconscious mind. Either because you're not conscious of it, or the second one is just you forgot, which is really weird. We all have this weird amnesia. We're forgetting. There is a lot of people who actually will listen to this podcast and who will get it. Like, okay, I got it. I know what I need to do. I need to control my feeling, and I need to ask myself this question: how would I feel if I already was the person I want to be? Then, imagining the feeling, being aware of this feeling, and actually feeling this mood, and then living in this mood, being true to this mood, being faithful to this mood. They will get it and they will do it. And at some point, because of habits, because of how we see ourselves and general programming, we will just forget this shit. And then we will go back in frustration. So repetition is key here. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Until your mind is full of it. And the only thing you can do is just spend time in the feeling of total accomplishment. Because this is what we do all day. We accomplish things. When we go get some food, we accomplished eating the meal. We accomplished taking a dookie. We accomplished taking a shower. We accomplished having a great night of sleep. We accomplished having this conversation with this person. Big or small, all the things we do is accomplishing. So if we want to have great accomplishments, we have to spend more time in the feeling of great accomplishments. How would it feel to accomplish great things? Accept this feeling and be faithful to that feeling. That's the only thing you actually can do. You cannot control how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen. Because the moment you do those two things, you spend more time in a mood that is full of doubt, because you're asking yourself your question. Yes, but how is it going to happen, Charles? And how and when is it going to happen? What do you feel at this moment? Doubt, because you're asking yourself questions. So you will get more doubtful results, and then you'll say, see, I told you so. Yes, you just get the fruit of what you planted. This law is unflexible. It always happens. If either you're conscious of it or unconscious of it, this is how we work as human beings. We just get the fruits from the plants that we see, the seeds that we plant. God damn it. So, do not think about actions too much. Do not spend too much time on how and when. No one fucking knows. You can only explain to someone how you did it once you did it. After. And yes, that's it. You don't need motivation to achieve your goals. You don't need motivation to achieve goals that you already achieved in your imagination. And this is where faith comes in. And I'm not talking about religious faith, faith in whatever. It's faith in your feeling. And you know your feeling is true because you can fucking feel it. Yes, no one can see the feeling, but no one is arguing that feeling doesn't exist. Everyone runs around crying because their feeling they feel bad because someone told them something. So no one is arguing that feeling doesn't exist. But when you tell someone, yeah, show me feeling, no one can. You can only see it on their face how they feel. So you have faith in your feeling because it's there. It's always there. And when people say, yeah, I feel nothing, well, great. This is how nothing feels. So, fuck motivation. You don't need to be motivated for something you already have. So, those are the two habits, the two routines, if you like. Before bed, and then meditation. Feel the feeling you would feel if you already were the person you want to be. And accept this feeling as true. Because it's true, because you can feel it. And then stay true to the feeling. It's all about acceptance. And then really soon enough, you will start seeing changes. And you will compulsively act. You will your attitude, you won't be able to control it anymore. Your body will just do things. And you do not control what your body does. What you control is how you feel. So, mindset and attitude. What is the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset? That's easy. Everyone knows this shit. Fixed mindset is the mindset that thinks that things are fixed. For example, this is ridiculous. That things are fixed because things are not fixed. If you're looking at a plant, it's not fixed. The plant is growing. Everything around us is growing. And if you call the growth change, that's okay. It's the same thing. It should depend on perspective. So the difference between a fixed mindset is thinking like, okay, I was born that way. I was programmed that way when I was a kid, which is true. And I cannot change that. That's the decision that fixed mindset people make. Things are like they are, and that's how it is. And in some sense, it's true in the sense that the sun will go up and the sun will go down. But at some point, we know that at some point in the far, far future, it won't be like that anymore. But one thing that it fixed for sure is how we work as human beings. How we feel is going to determine what results we get in life. That's pretty fixed. It's pretty fixed. But nothing to do with fixed mindset. But I get the idea where people believe that there is a fixed mind, that things are fixed, because in some sense they are. But we have way more control than we actually do. And then the growth mindset is just the mindset that's say, oh, I can have more than I have today. I can have more tomorrow than I have today. And I can be a better person. I can be a worse person if you want to. You can be a real big asshole if that's your desire. I would not recommend you to do this, but you can. You can do that. But that's basically the two mindsets. Fixed mindset is believing that things are fixed and that he cannot be someone better. And growth mindset is believing in, okay, I can grow. And today, no one is saying, oh yeah, I have the fixed mindset. There is a really small amount of people who are saying everyone has a growth mindset. So now the question is, how can I cultivate a growth mindset? So it's fucking easy. How would you feel if you had, if you had grew? I think we say it like this. How would you feel if you already matured, or whatever growth means for you? Everyone has his definition of what growing means. And also, like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about financial growth, about physical growth, about, whatever thing you're talking about? But here we're talking about ourselves. So what does it mean for you if you grow? What does it mean? What happened in your life? And then how would you feel if that already happened? That's how you cultivate a growth mindset. Now, how does positive thinking impact personal development? So thinking, that's the logical part, right? Thinking is, you're spending time. So positive thinking is positive logic. But logic is not enough. Once you understand how the car works and why it works that way, it doesn't mean you can drive the fucking car. It just means that you understand how the car works. But you got to be able to also drive the car. So positive thinking is a good start. But positive feeling, that's the driving of the car. So if you want to be an exceptional, driver of life, you got to be able not only to positive thinking your way in, but to positive feeling. To feel what positive is for you. And again, it's personal because it's fucking personal development. So it's personal. Everyone has his own definition of what a positive is. But don't watch too much like what it is, more of how does it feel for you? How does positive feel? And you will see the impact on yourself for sure. Really fast. Now, time management. Oh, I like this one. So why is time management important for personal development? Actually, it's not. This is something like you don't manage time. Time management is thinking like, you're going to do a schedule and you're going to stick to the schedule. Bullshit. My question is, would you do a schedule if you already achieved all your goals? Would you even bother doing a schedule? Or will, personally, if I just stand up, if I just wake up, and I'm already the person I want to be, I'll just do whatever the fuck I want to do at this moment. If I want to take a fucking big breakfast with my girlfriend, this is what I'm going to do. And if I want to do this for like 5 hours straight and then go to the swimming pool, and that's what I'm going to do. Why, people who schedule their whole life is because they have something to prove to themselves. Like, oh yeah, I don't have discipline, and if I follow this, I will be confident that I have discipline. And so they force their way into discipline. If you already have discipline, you don't have to prove anything to yourself. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Because you just have discipline. And whatever discipline means for you, it's personal. For me, it's emotional discipline. For someone else, discipline will be, I make my bed every morning. My room is clean. I'm disciplined. And then you'll say, oh, okay, yeah, nice. Okay, cool. And then he say, oh, cool. And then he gets upset just by a fucking word. And like, okay. I mean, his room is cleaned, but he has no emotional control. He's planting seeds, and I mean, the environment is planting seeds in his subconscious mind for him, and then he'll get results, and he doesn't even remember, and he just say, life isn't fair. I don't understand why I get the result. I am so disciplined. I work so hard, and I get shitty results. Of course, discipline is not about cleaning your room or I don't know what the fuck. It's about emotional discipline. The discipline of being the person you dream to be, no matter what the environment says. Oh no, you cannot do that. Shut the fuck up. It's my life. I have one life. I trade my life for who I want to be. So I'm going to decide who I want to be, not you. So time management, guys, truly there is only one moment, and that's now. It's never going to, there is no like other things than right now. Whatever you imagine right now, you plant a seed for the future. If you imagine something good right now, you will feel good right now. If you imagine something bad that can happen or that happened, when you will feel bad, but when? Right now. Just right now. So there is only one moment. It's now. So time management. Why are we talking about time management? No one is talking about gravity management, about sun management. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It just happens, just like this. So, like typical questions. What are some effective time management techniques? There is no effective time management technique. It's just The time is now, and you have to be, just be the person you want to be right now. And don't care about things that you have to do, that you need. Your body will do it anyway. Don't stress. If you say, yeah, but I hate this job, and I have to go anyway, and I have to go because I need the money. Imagine how you would feel if you had enough money and you had your dream job. Like, okay, I can't do that, but I don't want to quit my shitty job. Like, what the fuck are you saying then, bro? If you want to have your dream job and now, right now, you don't have your dream job, well, guess what? A job will have to be killed. So, of course, if you start being the person you want to be, change is gonna fucking come, bro. Because it has to. So relax. Because the moment you're going to stress about it is the moment you're going to fuck this up. So the only thing you gotta do, bro, is spend the only time there is, which is right now, feeling the feeling of you being who you want to be. And being faithful to this feeling. Staying in there. Keeping your attention on your feeling. And just accepting. Feeling the accomplishment of it. Like, yes, did it. Nothing to prove. Nothing to do. Just sit on my fat ass and enjoy, like, oh, got everything. And all the rest will happen naturally. And then, follow-up question that we get a lot is, how do you prioritize a task? And of course, how do you avoid procrastination? You cannot procrastinate if you already are who you want to be. What are you going to procrastinate on? For example, I have to write an essay and the deadline is that way. Okay, how would you feel if the essay was done? Finished. Every time you go to sleep, you imagine you finished the essay. And your teacher got the essay and said, oh my God, bro, this is the most amazing essay I had my whole career. And you just repeat the scene over and over in your brain and just feel the feeling of having this scene. Believe me, when you're going to wake up, even though you have this habit of saying, yeah, today I'm going to do it tomorrow, your body will just go into action because he has to get that result that you planted. The seed that you planted in your subconscious mind, he has to get the thing, the opportunity, the situation has to happen where you give it in your essay and your teacher is saying, this is the best essay I ever seen in my whole 50-year career. I don't know if it's possible, probably, 70 years old teacher. The best essay. So why would you think about procrastination if you already did the thing that you want to do? If you spend time imagining the feeling of procrastinating, then you will only get more procrastination. And then you cannot complain about, you see, I type on YouTube how to get rid of procrastination, 10 techniques to get rid of procrastination, why I would procrastinate and now I don't procrastinate anymore. Procrastination. So you feel guilt because the only thing you're talking and you're looking for is procrastination, and then you wait a week and then you say, so how did you improve? Not at all. The only thing I did is talk about and think about procrastination, feel that I procrastinate, so my results are the results of a person who procrastinates. Now, on the other hand, if you go and look on YouTube and you go, okay, how to get rid of procrastination, and someone said, okay, stop talking about it, and imagine how you would feel if the thing you're procrastinating on was already finished, and then you actually do it. You're like, okay, let's do it. Let's imagine how I would feel if the thing was already done. And then you say, well, I would feel pretty good. So now you planted a fucking seed in your subconscious mind. And then after a week, we're like, oh yeah, it's done, by the way. Yeah, I did the thing. Yeah, I'm not procrastinating anymore. Because I don't see myself as a person who procrastinates. And it's just one decision away. And yes, this decision might be uncomfortable, not difficult. Don't come with this bullshit. Oh yeah, shit's difficult. No, it's only difficult because you make it difficult. What it could be is uncomfortable. But uncomfortable is not difficult. You make it difficult by imagining. It's like, oh my god, this feeling of difficulty, and oh yeah, you gotta climb the mountain, and it's so exhausting, and shut the fuck up. You're imagining worst case scenario, so don't complain afterwards and say, yeah, I don't understand why it's so difficult. Bro, that's the only thing you imagine being difficult. I hope you guys start to get the routine here, to get the fucking point. Whatever you imagine, it's going to happen. Good, bad, or indifferent. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's move on. Learning and skill development. Why is continuous learning important and for personal growth? So continuous learning, what does it mean in personal development? Is learning who you want to be and learning to control your emotional state. And that's continuous. Why? Because feeling is always here, and the present moment is always now. So you've got two constants who are always here. So obviously, it's a continuous process. If you think that you're going to do this for a while and then you can let it run on autopilot, it's possible, but then your decision has to be radical. You, from now on, you don't see yourself anymore as the old one, and you see yourself as your dream version of yourself. This is who you are, the dream person who you want to be. The moment your self-image is fully changed, then it's kind of autopilot. You don't have to do a lot of effort because it's just natural. Yeah, you are this amazing, perfect person. So obviously everything you will going to do will match with this. We just don't have to disregard the power of the environment and of other people. Because if someone would would constantly say to yourself, you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, if you do not consciously reject constantly this idea, at some point you will accept it. By repetition, it's by definition you will accept it. But you can spend 10 years in an environment where they're really toxic, and for 10 years you can stay conscious and reject all those ideas and generate inside yourself ideas of positive ideas and positive feelings, and you will get out there intact. But this requires a lot of energy. But it's possible. That's what I'm saying. So what you're learning is who you are and who you want to be. This is a continuous process. And of course, the continuous process is just being aware of your mood and choosing what mood you decide to be faithful to. So that's the skill. So how can someone balance personal development with other life responsibilities? That's a great question. How can I spend time developing myself personally, and then I need to spend time with with my kids, with my wife. I have to spend time at work, with my colleagues, with my friends, with my family. This will happen naturally. When you go to sleep as this person who has great relationships, who has a balanced life, whatever the fuck this means to you. You go to sleep as this person, and then you will just be that person. You will find yourself spending time where you want to spend time and having this amazing conversation with the people you love because you identify as this person. How would you feel if you already were this person? This is how you get a balanced life. And I know you guys have time to do this because everyone goes to sleep at some point. And the people say they don't sleep. What the fuck are you saying about? Yeah, the sun doesn't goes up. Yeah, for me in my life, there is no sun. I am above this. Bro, everyone goes to sleep. So, And I recommend to do a 15 minutes meditation a day. If you don't have 15 minutes in your day for just you, even fucking jerking off. There is a ton of people here who jerk off 15 minutes a day, every day. And you guys know those are rookie numbers. And and then there are other people who has a really sad life and don't do that any moment, but whatever. And I would not recommend to jerk off, but actually to have sex with your life partner. But we're not talking about the same subject here. But yeah, this balance between personal life and and other life responsibility, or personal development and other life responsibility, just comes by identify yourself as already having it. Get it? Now, overcoming challenges. Oh, I like this one. So what are common obstacles in personal development and how can they be overcome? Now, this is really personal. Everyone will experience different obstacles. And everyone has to find their way of coming back to to this meditation before you go to sleep, or just this 15 meditation a day. Personally, I had a lot of obstacles. So I know some people have a really easy, they go into personal development and then suddenly their life become wonderful without any resistance. That was not my, I'm used to be a really logical atheist person, like not understanding what was going on, having trouble focusing, really average students. Mom died when I was young. A lot of challenges. I ended up in jail because I sold weed in a country where you could not do that. Ended up in a really tricky situation. Cheated on my ex-girlfriend. Really, obstacles, and setbacks, and bad behavior from my part. So how do you overcome that? How did I overcome that? I mean, at that time, I was not thinking about overcoming. I was thinking about how bad it was feeling, and I wasn't, my desire to be a better person was higher than the guilt that I would feel from doing bad things. And the most important thing is I was conscious that it was no good. And the moment I understood, like, okay, this is not good, I need to find a way to improve myself, because I cannot be this piece of shit. I mean, I was not being a piece of shit, but I did things that were that was being a piece of shit. Most of the time, I've been educated to be a polite person and to be respectful. Sometimes I just completely go out of the rail, or the route. And I think there was a lot of things that happened. I mean, everything that happened after the death of my mom. So I had my fair challenges, my fair share of overcoming challenges. But at the end of the day, how did I overcome this? I would, it's just time, and the desire of overcoming this obstacle. I think that's the. If you don't want to overcome your challenges, then nothing to happen here. I think this is why I spend so many times to get the secret. Like, okay, we do become what we think about, and we are how we feel, and the greatest realization of a human being is control of his ideas and feelings. That's it. And now it's easy to overcome challenges, because the moment I feel bad, I know that's because I feel bad, I will get, I'm planting a seed for the near future. So I say, okay, I have to get out of it. And no matter what it has to take, if it's meditation, if I have to call a friend, if I have to go to do some sports, if I have to go for a walk, doesn't matter what I need to do. It just happens, because I don't want, I want to have an amazing life. And for now, I'm pretty blessed, because I've been consciously repeating this control of emotion, and repeatedly imagine how it would feel if I had this and that. So setbacks will happen, failures will happen, obstacles will come, and it's a question of perspective. We see them as failures, but those are the building blocks. I mean, it's so fucking cliche to say it, but it's true. Those are the reasons that you're going to get what you want and to be who you want to be. So when I fail, it's just, I like this quote. I don't remember who said this, but when you fail, it's an opportunity to remind you who you are, so who you want to be, basically. And when you win, it's a confirmation of who you want to be. So in both situations, you're a winner. You got to be able to to do abstraction from your senses, from the outer world, and realize that everything comes from the inner world. So obstacles become, obstacles and setbacks and failures. It's a synonym for opportunity. Same thing. Like winning is an opportunity to celebrate that you already are who you want to be, and then failure is an opportunity to celebrate that you already are who you want to be. And for some weird reason, people said, no, failure means you're good. Shut the fuck. You don't know who I want to be. You don't know. You see this as a failure because we don't have the same perspective, which is normal. We're unique, So this is how I deal with challenges. I just see them as an opportunity to remind myself who I want to be. Okay. That's the last question. I mean, there are 2 questions left. How can regular reflection and self-evaluation contribute to personal growth? So by doing regular reflection and self-evaluation, it just shows you where you're at right now. How do you do this? You ask yourself this powerful question: how would I feel? How do I feel right now? And then that's regular reflection. Or regularly ask yourself this question: okay, right now, how do I feel? Okay, you wait half an hour, like 15 minutes. You just set a timer. After 30 minutes, how do I feel? Okay. And by being conscious on how you feel, then you can ask yourself, like, is this feeling right now that I feel, is this something I like? Is this something I want? Does this reflect what I want? Who I want to be? Or do I want to feel accomplished? Do I want to feel like I already achieved everything I ever wanted? That I have the greatest relationship, the greatest health? Is this? No. Okay. So I change. So regular reflection and self-evaluation does contribute to personal growth. There is no other way around, by the way. You have to be conscious. Consciousness is the only reality. So you got to be conscious. And now conclusion. And this will be the conclusion of this podcast, which is already 1 hour and 6 minutes, which is not alone, but it's a lot for a person who is alone. So what is your, before I read the conclusion, if you listen to the podcast and you say, oh, I would love to, come in this podcast and answer some question and, let me interview you on what your journey is on personal development, please, send me an email or just, put down in your comments and we'll find some way to connect. But I would love to, to invite more people and to have, to have discussions and, to have an interview where we learned things together, because I think there is a lot we can share. Or if you know anyone who has a podcast and who is looking for interesting hosts, people to get on their podcast, and you're thinking that I'm interesting enough to get on this podcast, please let me know. Let this person know, even if they have no followers or whatever. I don't care. I just want to meet interesting people and wise people that can where we can keep improving and keep making this world a better place. So yeah, that's the moment where if you're still listening at this point, then that's the perfect people I'm talking to. So conclusion: what is your final piece of advice for someone embarking on their personal development journey? I mean, you guys should be able to answer this question if you listen until now. What is my final piece of advice for someone embarking on their personal development? So now you realize that your emotional state dictates how your results will be. And it's a perfect reflection. So I would say spend some time, especially before you go to sleep, by imagining how it would feel to be who you dream to be. And the moment you catch the mood, catch the feeling, you catch the emotion, stay faithful to it. Accept it fully. Like, oh yeah, this is how I feel now, finished, done. And stay in this feeling. And live in this feeling. Live in the end. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next time on another podcast. Peace.